Have you ever asked the question or seen someone ask the question, what if this didn't have bunks? What if you put like a desk or a washer dryer hookup or something else there? What if a manufacturer actually listened and did it straight from the factory level? Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd from Bish's RV down here in Wakarusa, Indiana, which is a real place, with the new 25MKO Avenger. And if you'd have told me that Avenger was going to be the one to crack the code on office space and washer dryer hookups in a sub 30-foot stick and tin camper, I'd have said, go home, you're drunk. But here we are. We have a heated belly, private bedroom. These are 50 amp service. So if you want to outfit them with a second air conditioner, you could do that. They have a ginormous front passer, very respectable awning space on this as well. And a couple brands I've seen building with this kind of kitchen living room layout where you have a theater seat kind of straight across from a kitchen entertainment wombo combo. But what it creates is a good size open feeling in a RV under 30 foot with deceptively good campside window coverage. When you sit down in it, it's not bad, with awesome countertop space. And they rethought the dining arrangement here. Like, a couple brands have been doing various forms of like dining bars. They did theirs a little bit different to potentially give people a little bit more legroom. Now, housekeeping notes. This is proto number 1. There are going to be some changes that go into this. That whole desk space, it's going to get about 3 inches wider and I think like 4 or 5 inches deeper. So it's going to be a lot better fit for a laptop warrior stand. The cabinet overhead of that is going to shrink back a little bit. So it's not going to be like, oh, I should have had a V8. And on the outside, one of the other major changes is they're going to go away from the really rough, bumpy crimp trim to what in the industry we call retro trim. It is going to be 25% thicker, more impact resistant, and actually have an anti-scratch coating on it right from the factory. So keep in mind, what we're looking at here, a few changes are going to take place, but I'm excited to see what you think about this thing right here. So I figure with a new model here, I'll kind of walk straight in the door to really give you an idea of like what it's going to look like when you come see it. I've seen this like living room kitchen arrangement and interaction from a couple brands now in a Rockwood floor plan and in a couple Ozarks, and the response so far has been really positive. It seems like it's the new way for manufacturers to make something shorter without feeling totally enclosed and still focusing on some level of campsite window coverage. The thing is, it doesn't normally allow for a traditional dinette. And I get that for some people it's like, hey, no dinette, no sale. Totally respect it. I do. That's why I want to point this out right away. They went with a dining bar, but they left it kind of open so you're not constantly shin bashing into the thing. And I don't know that I hate that. I'm wondering how close the slide is going to get to that the end support for the countertop. And I wonder if you wouldn't be able to, now I'm not saying this is ideal, but crawl under the countertop for a travel stop. I don't think you should always have to do that, but I wonder if it's possible. We'll get there. We'll get there. These, by the way, they built this floor plan because of the washer dryer prep 50 amp service. So we've normally got a single centralized air over here in the living room, but if you want, you can get a second air installed up in the bedroom. I think they offer a direct dump non-centralized 13,500 BTU optional air. So over here from the theater seat, this is kind of what we're looking at. Again, decent campside window coverage, considering they had to sneak that window under the microwave. This floor plan is the version without bunks, and having the bunks out of the way really kind of opens that space up over there quite a bit as well. Now, this is their first prototype. When that goes into production, I've been advised that TV is going to grow to 50 inches. I'm guessing it's, I don't know, in the mid to high 30s or something right now, but basically that wall space, they're going to fill that wall space essentially up to the ceiling. The RV is only 6.5 foot tall inside, which is going to pose a little bit of a problem for me in the shower, but for a lot of people sitting on the dining every day, it'll mean that TV is not mounted up super high. They've also, I'm going to give them credit, maintained an oven. A lot of brands have killed ovens because it's the single most expensive appliance in the kitchen. So if you want to cut a bunch of cost out of an RV, you get rid of the oven right away and bang, there you go. You saved a bunch of money. We'll come back to the kitchen real quick, but I also want to point out, look at the power outlet location. One of the benefits of a stick and tin camper is that since the walls are essentially hollow, now you have batten insulation in them, but they could run wiring through the walls, kind of like your house. And that means that they can install the power outlets where you want them. And laminated RVs don't always have that option or opportunity. Did you notice also, there's really good countertop space in here. I think they nailed that pretty darn well, including, I'm not even sure they needed that countertop extension, but I'm not mad at it, because if you want to, you could actually move one of those floating stools off the front of it, and even though this RV has its own corner office space, you could almost have like a dual office. You could use the TV like a monitor, or just a whole variety of things. You know, if you had a grandkid for the weekend, you could post up a grandkid over here. Now this model has a theater seat that we're sitting in. I think they offer a hide bed. I'm about 99% sure of that. I also really like how they're getting away from a wired speaker system and going to the portable Bluetooth guy right here. Because, you know, I mean, here, you can put it wherever you want. You want to take it outside, you can. Now there's less wiring in the RV. There's less labor opportunities. There's less failure points. It's just simple, easy, you know. And the charger mount that you saw over there that I pulled the Bluetooth speaker off actually has 2 USB plugs built on it, which is kind of handy. Now, moving over here. This was just basic attempt number 1. Hey guys, what's it look like? Can we make it fit? This is going to change a little bit. The overhead cabinet is going to shrink back probably about 2-3 inches just to get it out of your face. This lower counter here, it's going to get a little bit longer, so it's going to extend over a little bit closer to the fire extinguisher, and it's going to get a couple inches deeper, so it'll actually give you room for like, you know, laptop and mouse and whatnot. I don't know that it's going to be the most effective like multi-monitor station in the world, but it will be functional. It'll be effective. It'll get the job done. And the thing is here, what they did is they made 2 versions of this floor plan. You have this one right here based off customer feedback. Through show season, they kept hearing, do you have something with office space? Do you have washer dryer hookups? Can I get rid of those bunks? Well, you don't need to. They made 2 different versions. Instead of just making the traditional double over double bunkhouse that everybody builds, they said, what if we made one more specifically geared to solo or couples camping without dedicated bunks? But it's a really cool layout. And they said, what if some people still want a family camp, you know? So they made 2 of them. And it's not an option. It's 2 separate model designators, so it's just a little bit clearer when you're shopping which one you're looking at. I'll end up getting footage of both. I think I'm going to release this video first. So if you watch this video but you want the bunkhouse, that video will be coming soon. By the way, I don't know how well you can see it because they do have some power outlets over here to power the office space. This is also deceptively deep. These are the double depth. Oops, I knocked over the stuff. But they have the double depth totes right here. So you've got some serious big storage space in the back, and I knock stuff over because I'm clumsy, obviously. I also really like the fact that right next to the door, they didn't just leave you a blank wall. They added the Octopus Fight Club over here. So that, you know, you got places for like dog leashes or bug, you know, like fly swatters, stuff like that, the bug splatters. You got room for all those little things. That big corner back there, though, if I open that up, one of the cool things about it is that you see how it is prepped and ready for a stackable, if you want it, washer dryer. Or you can just use it as a giant closet space, or you could put a combo washer dryer in the bottom and still use it as like clothing or closet space up top. Here's the thing, though. One of the things that I've learned in the RV industry is that RV manufacturers don't really like it when you install a washer dryer dead on the rear wall. Standing here talking right now, I didn't think to ask about that if they got an okay and clearance from a washer dryer supplier. The reason being, washer dryer units, that drum that rolls inside of it, if you bang it around on the back of an RV, sometimes you can break that stuff, and then washer dryer supplier won't warrant it sometimes in that situation. I'll try to get clarity. Now, there's a shelf straight across from the toilet. I think it's hiding some plumbing, but as you see, you could use it as a little bit of a like an RV squatty potty if needed. And if you didn't know what a squatty potty was, well, have fun Googling that. It's not like it's a gross or weird thing. I don't think there's really a stigma to it. I just think it is one of those things that not everybody's necessarily aware of. I realize that we're actually right back where we started here. We do have a carpetless floor flush slide. That is that marine woven stuff. The feeder seat right here. This is not cuddle compliant. The good news, though, is like that central armrest section and the two end recliners, it's actually 3 pieces that just bracket together. So if you wanted to rearrange it and like put that side stand over here or over here, it's not actually too hard to do that. And it's not a power recliner, it's a manual ripcord style, so it's not too big of a deal. Again, this is a prototype feature. One of the things I've been advised is that this pantry and the refrigerator, they felt that it was a little bit of a head knocker in the slide right now. So they're actually going to slide forward to come up to the edge of the slide. When they do that, there's going to be an empty dead pocket of air behind it. And they decided instead of wasting that, they're going to turn that into storage on the outside. And actually, I have a sample of that we'll get to see in a few minutes. I've noticed a couple brands kind of adopting a little bit of this dark sort of navy blue, kitchen kind of stuff. I've seen Winnebago do a little bit of it. We're seeing some of it here in prime time. When I get the camera directly on it, you can tell a little bit more of the actual color. When I back up, the camera kind of washes it out and blackens it out. I don't dislike it, and it is kind of nice just to add a little pop of color into the sucker. And once again, from the theater seat, when they go bigger on that TV, that's going to be awesome viewing right there. What do we need to... Oh, yeah, I got to open storage and take a look around, don't I? I got myself all twisted around and backwards. This is a new model, and I don't really have a dedicated way of going about it here. But as I mentioned, these are manual ripcord style recliners. So let me kick one of those open, and we'll start kicking off the bed or the storage around here. Again, though, that pantry is... That is deep. I almost think that you're going to want some kind of like basket or organizer or something in the back of that pantry to keep everything in place. That is also a 12-volt DC compressor fridge for those who are kind of curious. Let me ask you a question. Do I need to keep mentioning if an RV has a 12-volt fridge? Or due to their proliferation, do you as viewers assume it's a 12-volt fridge unless mentioned otherwise? Has the market changed enough that's kind of the impression that you're left with? I find myself repeating that a lot now because 12-volt fridges have become so super common and popular. But, if there's a two-way fridge option or something, I would definitely, mention it anytime I'm aware of it. I don't know. I guess let me know what you need me to do there. I'll do my best. Moving up front here. To keep this thing under 30 feet, 29 feet, 11 inches, they did have to do something I think some folks are going to call a deal breaker. I'm willing to bet some folks are going to say, you had me until right then. It's a short queen. It's a 60 by 74 mattress. There's room. If you put a true queen in, it'll fit. You're going to do the butt scoop boogie to get around the door to get to it, but you'll be able to do that. I would like true queens whenever possible, but I could absolutely see if you're targeting 30 foot how that could be a little problematic. So I don't know. What's the correct way to go there, you folks? Would you be happier if the RV was 6 inches longer but had a 6-inch longer mattress? Let me know. Now, by default, this is just a plain vent. But remember, these are 50 amp service. If you want this built with a second direct dump air conditioner right up here in the bedroom, you can get that, which is, for some of our hot climate areas, you're going to want that. Wait a minute. Where's the... Oh, there's got to be bedroom power outlets. Oh, okay, there they are. Oh, cool. USBs also. I was like, they were hiding in the shadow of the mattress right here. I'm like, there's got to be outlets in this bedroom. There's no way they missed that. I was going to try to surprise you and open all this storage, but I already left this one open. So let's pretend it's closed. Actually, watch this. We're going to close it right now. Look at that. And now, with some movie magic, bang, it's back open.
Surprise.
Big surprise. Never saw it coming. One thing I want to mention here, they don't have a gas-strutted easy lift mattress. And I wanted to clock them for it. And then I thought about this. They have that like piano style, or, it's like a car hood prop rod style. The thing with that is that if you put a heavy replacement mattress on there, the gas struts aren't probably going to do the job. The mattress would fall. the rod and prop method, it will keep even a heavier aftermarket mattress held up in place. It's going to be a little harder to lift, though. I don't know. What do you think the correct way to go is on the bed? I've asked you for a lot of feedback today. I appreciate any and all you're willing to offer. In the meantime, let's close it up for road mode. I think we're about to lose the bedroom. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. So if bedroom access in transit is a must-have for you, that's probably a deal breaker. Now, one of the things is it is a rack and pinion slide, so if you want to bump it a little bit to get in and pack it and then leave, you can, but you don't want to like leave it halfway done. I was a little curious as to how close the theater seat was going to come up to the kitchen counter, and it is fairly bossy. Now, what I'm about to describe, you know what? Forget describing. I'm actually just going to do it. What I'm actually going to do, I don't think that you should necessarily have to do. I'm also going to tell you, it is kind of fun. Crawling under a kitchen countertop to get back here. Now, I'm not saying it's functional. It's fairly kind of stupid to demonstrate on camera, but it was a fun thing to do, playing Fort for the day. Oh, that'd be the coolest place to play Fort. I want to mention this refrigerator sliding forward. Accessing that fridge door in transit is going to be a problem. That's going to be close because it's not in its final format. You might want to double check the refrigerator access and road mode on this one if that is a big deal for you. Oh, son of a gun. I've got to get back under this thing to get you back to the bathroom access. I'm such an idiot. God bless America. The things I do for you people, I swear. Okay, well, at least you got to see a personal size demo. Ooh, I'm eyeballing it. That's going to be close. I think we can get the bathroom door open. Woo! It's close, but it counts. That counts, guys. So, I'm going to give it like a C for travel access. I don't even know that it has B minus travel access. You can get to the bathroom. Other than that, though, you've got to either jump through some hoops, do a Dukes of Hazzard yee-haw over the countertop, slide over it like the hood of Magnum PI's car, or you got to save Private Ryan and climb under this thing. All right, so we're just about 30 feet on the nose. This is a little over 7,800 pounds total GVW with close to a 1,500-pound cargo carry capacity. Those are all kind of factors for potential half-ton towability. If you have a late model tow package half-ton, you'll probably find this within your capacities and capability. If, though, you're going to be going up and down mountains or through really wicked windy zones, you may want to step up to a 3/4. So those are all things to keep in mind. Now, we're going to see 3 different metals in this video, but once it goes into production, you're only going to have 2. So the really obvious crimped metal, the bumpy metal that you're seeing on the side of this, that's kind of the more modern RV metal style. It's a 0.024 inch thickness. The thing is, they were able to go thinner gauge metal, which costs and weighs a little bit less. But to retain any sort of exterior skin integrity, it has to be really aggressively ridged, almost corrugated in a sense. What it is going to, the whole Avenger, the big full Avenger family, they are going to the retro metal. The thing is, it's a little bit heavier. It costs a little more, but it's also 25% thicker and more impact resistant to things like hailstones and whatnot. The RV will also have, because of that skin, a layer of Tough Coat on it, which is an anti-scratch coating. Now, this is the bunkhouse sister floor plan. This was made after they applied a couple updates. And one of the major updates I want to tell you about is not just the skin, but remember how we talked about the refrigerator and pantry were going to pull forward? Well, when they do that for the production model, they're going to have dead space behind it, and I want to give them some serious credit. For a priced-focused stick and tin camper, they could have left this absolutely empty, and I don't think anybody would have really dinged them too hard for it. But they actually, realized, hey, we can create a compartment out here, but I love how they use this big wide door. I looked at it, though, and I had a question. They don't really use this a lot in prime time right now. You know that pegboard kind of organizer stuff? What if that was like a pegboard organizer so you could keep things, like your power cord kind of organized and rolled up in there? versus just throwing every single thing in your front pass-through. I don't hate that idea, personally. That's just my 2 cents. But again, prototype number 1 that we're looking at had not yet enjoyed the application of the new metal and that baggage door that will be applied. So it's kind of cool that we have the AB sister version of this thing right here. Also, I need your input on solar. I've voiced my opinion with the factory, but I'm going to withhold that. I want you to share your opinion. So here's what they have. They have a battery disconnect. They have the plug for the portable panel, and you can get the optional portable panel straight from the factory. However, they have no roof solar prep nor roof solar options currently from the factory at the time that I'm recording this. It's possible that might change, and it may change based on your feedback. What, in your opinion, is the correct way to go for a, still budget focused, but 30-foot stick and tin kind of camper? Should they stay exactly how they are? Should they offer some kind of optional factory solar on the roof? Should they offer some kind of roof prep or anything? There's no wrong answers. It's all just feedback. Anything you're willing to leave, we're willing to listen to. So thank you very kindly for taking a moment to do that. The baggage doors, I like how they give us a big one on both sides. And this is that kind of self-clasping magnetic door where you have to manually let go of it, but it also won't fall and drop on your head. Very handy in those windy spaces, Their front compartment is just visually like, wow, it's huge. Now, the thing is, that means that it doesn't have any sort of inside-outside separation segregation. That also means that if somebody gets in this baggage door, they could, in theory, access your RV. Well, at least the bedroom, because when that slide closes, it gets a little bit tight. That also means that, like, if you lock yourself out of your camper, I don't know, maybe you can get around it, but the slide out probably prevents that. I don't know. I'm just kind of sharing what it is, what it has, what it does, etc. I also want to give them credit. They put a really nicely sized and well-positioned awning on this. It very nicely covers that entry door and the office window, so you can actually enjoy even some rainy day airflow off that, which I thought was kind of cool. I think for 25, they're changing over to these tankless on-demand water heaters. I don't recall that in the 24 season. I don't see Avengers every single day, so my knowledge of Avenger is not quite as up to snuff as it is with a few other brands. Contrary to what some people think, I don't know everything about every RV. There's actually so much I don't know, it's not even funny. You might notice, though, I like what they did here. So they gave us a gas grill quick connect. That is an enclosed and forced air heated underbelly, by the way. But they gave us a gas grill quick connect, and they gave us Dad's medicine cabinet for the bottled water and the barley pop outside here. They didn't force us into a camp kitchen. They let you kind of pick your own adventure. Now, if you were a kid like me, I'm not gonna lie, when I was a young guy, I would be like, yes, I'm the mouse. I want to attack the lion. And I skip ahead to page 73 and I'm like, oh, no, back up. I don't wanna die. That's how I did my choose your own adventure books. Anybody else? I don't know, is that just me? Not sure. Ooh, little drunken Uncle Leash latch down there by the furnace. They maintain a full bumper on these, but you might notice how it almost brackets onto the bottom of the chassis right there. I don't know that I've seen that. I don't think it's a problem. I just can't recall seeing that previously. Power stabilizers are also an available option on one of these. What we're looking at today is manuals. This model right here, you can see, basically does have your bathroom black and gray hookup back here. One of the hiccups, though, is that up in front of this rack and pinion slide out, which is really good for holding heavy weights, but up in front of the slide, we have your kitchen gray outlet. So this is a two-headed sewer monster. It's not the most offensive I've ever seen. Nothing is buried under a slide out, but it does have two hookups. So folks, let us know, what do you think about the first prototype concept of this? Like, is this a concept that needs to catch on more? Do manufacturers need to offer either a second floor plan or a swaptional office washer dryer prep kind of hookup station like this? Or is that still something best left to the realm of like aftermarket design, so you could kind of design your own? You have to remove some bunks to do it, but that's not too difficult. I don't know, leave me some notes, let me know what you think. In the meantime, I'll leave you links in the description. If we have these in stock, they will be listed right on our website with pricing and availability right there. And if we happen to be sold out, contact our team. We're happy to get you figures on one of these. We don't do hidden dealer fees, we just do everything else. And remember, If you like this, but you don't you like the general layout, but you know, you got a family or something, they make a bunkhouse version of it too. And at the time this video comes out, I won't have that footage out, but over time I will have both, so you can cross compare the two all the live long day, if that's how you want to spend your live long day. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.